What's up, everybody? Welcome to a PlayStation Conversation. I'm Greg Miller, alongside no one. I am in LA, boots on the ground here at a Sony PlayStation event, talking about Vita games. Last night I got to see Killzone Mercenary in Tearaway. Let's start with Killzone Mercenary. As soon as I picked it up and started playing, it felt like Killzone. It looks like Killzone. It's running on Killzone 3's engine. Really graphically impressive game. I found multiplayer to be a little bit more graphically impressive than single player. It seemed like multiplayer, what I was playing on was this map that was a little bit tight quarters. And this is one of the interesting things about it, right? It's 4v4, so 8 players total. We've talked about this before with Vita games like Resistance Burning Skies. That seems like such a small number. And in the map we were doing on Killzone Mercenary last night, it seemed like I would die, and when I'd respawn, I'd immediately have somebody on top of me right away. They'd come around a corner and run right into me. It didn't seem to be as bad as Burning Skies was, where you'd start up and then immediately be killed by someone like who was just standing there camping or whatever. But it was an interesting feeling. Really graphically impressive game. I enjoyed playing it. As soon as I clicked on the left trigger to bring up my sights, it looked like Killzone. I immediately was at home being an ISA person. But that's the thing, I'm not an ISA person in the game. Killzone Mercenary has you playing as a mercenary. You are just a gun for hire. You're going to run missions in the single player campaign that have you working for the Helgen. You're going to run them that have you working for the ISA. You're kind of going just for the highest bidder. And why this is cool is that all the money you're earning in campaign and all the money you're earning in multiplayer goes into one bank, and you get to use this to upgrade your character as you see fit, however you want, with this thing called the black market. Got to fool around with that. There's daily deals, 20% off this, more weapons to unlock. It seems like it's going to be a really well thought out plan as far as for jumping into it. Obviously, bonuses for doing melee kills, bonuses for coming in the top 3 in a multiplayer match or whatever. Melee kills, really cool. This is something we talked about a little bit about the Vita, right? Is that right now in this first wave of Vita games for first, entries in a franchise like Uncharted Golden Abyss, a lot of people are forcing in touch functionality. That is still here right now when you're playing Killzone Mercenary. If you want to melee somebody, you can tap the front screen to initiate the attack, or you can hit triangle to go in for the stab, but then you still have to do like draw an arrow down, draw an arrow to the side or whatever. It's not as bad as Uncharted, which I thought was like, zip zap this way, doing all these different swipes. This is just one swipe, one way. The difficulty they had us playing on last night, the demo seemed really easy, so I was meleeing left and right, and it didn't annoy me too much. The takeaway, though, from Killzone Mercenary is first-person shooter to watch. It seems like it's got a really good head on its shoulder. Obviously, we've been burned before. Resistance Burning Skies, Call of Duty Declassified. But Killzone, it's coming from inside Sony, right? Sony Cambridge, now Guerrilla Cambridge is working on this. Guerrilla, who made the Killzone games, overseeing it. Looks like Killzone, feels like Killzone. A bit too heavy right now. This is a big conversation for me last night on Twitter with people, is that I feel like the character is way too heavy. He's moving way slower. I felt like gravity was pulling me down. And a lot of people were like, oh, so it's like, Killzone 2. I thought Killzone 2 felt really good. I liked the weight of Killzone 2. I thought Killzone 3 was a bit too light. I'm getting really down the nerd hole here, I'm sorry. Tearaway, let's talk about that one. Tearaway. I kept saying last night, I'm waiting to be impressed. I'm waiting to be blown away. I look at Tearaway and it's a beautiful game. It's from Media Molecule, the people who do Little Big Planet. This is them making a Vita game, stepping away from it. It's adorable paper craft, right? The whole, you're running through the world, and as you run through the water, streams, little ripples in the water go, but they're also cardboard, right? They're also pieces of paper cut out. Beautiful, cute game. It's got so much personality, so much charm. But I just don't, I personally play it and I'm just like, okay, like, when would I play this? Who's the game aimed at, right? It's a platformer, you're running around, you're collecting little, almost like score bubbles in Little Big Planet. Of course, it's not 2D side-scrolling, it's 3D space. Running around collecting this thing, it's like, this is fun. They described it during the demo that they showed us, right, that, oh, the game's open world. We're going for this open world feel of the game. So then when they let me play, I played the same demo. I couldn't do anything differently. I ran through doing the exact same stuff they did in the demo. There was no other way to beat these challenges, to make the monsters go and eat the pearls. It was fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still cute, it's still charming. And here's the big thing about it, is why I say I'm waiting to be floored, right? Is that it's Media Molecule. I totally have faith that this game is going to be awesome. Like I said, beautiful, charming, awesome music. Characters are just so adorable. You just want to squish them and eat their little envelope faces. But right now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm like, all right, cool. I wouldn't give this game a second thought. Hopefully, we'll know more about Tearaway soon. We'll know if it's really, really awesome. Same thing for Killzone Mercenary. That's coming out September 17th. Hard release date on that one. So, keep it here on IGN for all the breaking PlayStation Vita news.